Hi you guys, thank you for watching Cooking with Amy. We are making some Asian beef meatballs tonight. I'm pretty excited about this one. So we're gonna give it a few minutes. I'm gonna adjust the light a little bit again. I don't know why I always forget to turn this light on. Okay, we'll just give it a few minutes and then we'll get started on our yummy little dish that we're gonna do tonight. So there's a lot of things that we're going to do tonight. Like I said, we're gonna make some Asian beef meatballs. I've decided to do this because I was looking at some of the ingredients that I had, and like last Saturday, we did the poke bowls, and I have tons of sesame seeds. So I have white ones and I have black ones. So I thought, well, let's find some recipes that can incorporate it so I can use them. So this is one of the ones that I found, and I'm like, it looks pretty good. So if you're doing paleo, Whole30, or keto, these are all friendly to those. So yeah, let's get started. So the thing that we're gonna need first is we're going to need, let me go ahead and adjust it a little bit. We're gonna need our ground beef, or you can kind of use whatever you wanna use. Turkey, you can use turkey. Tonight I'm using ground beef. Now this is 100% grass-fed. I really try and get the best ingredients that I possibly can. So yeah, that's what this is. And then let's see, we're gonna go ahead and start putting all of our ingredients in here. So we're gonna pop in an egg. Well, actually, what I wanna do first is, and this is the reason why I wanna do it first, is I wanna start incorporating it, is I'm going to add half a cup of almond flour. And the reason why I kinda wanna add this in now is so it can start getting the mixture of all the meat and everything, so it can start hydrating. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna pop in an egg. Okay, and then let's see, I have my cheat sheet. So we're gonna do, see, 1 egg. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. Now it says toasted. I've always used, when it says toasted, I've used just regular sesame oil. Okay, that should be good enough. And then let's see. And then it says ground ginger. Now I like to do my own ginger. So I just took a ginger and just kind of peeled the edges off of it, and we're just gonna ground it in here. I like fresh. And that's what we're doing tonight, is fresh. Because we're gonna use this twice in 2 different things. We're also gonna put it in the sauce as well. A lot of, I should have done a little bit more before I came on, but that's okay. And then the only thing that we're gonna do left on this one is we are going to do some ground salt and pepper, and then we're just gonna add some garlic. And I'm gonna use powdered garlic on this one. And then with the other one, we'll cut up some garlic as well. For the sauce, we'll cut up some garlic because I like to see the little chunks in there. Just wanted to see how much I needed of the ginger, because we gotta save some of this for the next one. I think that's good enough. Kind of got it on my fingers. Okay, let's use this. And just scoop all of that goodness out of there. Look at that. Oh, you guys, this is gonna be so good. Trying to get all of those yummy little bits in there. All right, we'll save that for a little bit later. All right, so, and then like I said, we're gonna do, we already did our almond flour. Then we're gonna do some salt and some pepper. So there's a good, so it's like half a teaspoon, a good little pinch or so. And then same thing with the pepper. Okay, so that should be everything except for our garlic. We'll add our garlic in. So for our garlic, it says also half a teaspoon of garlic as well. So let's, oops, a little bit much, but that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna take my rings off, and we're gonna go ahead and start incorporating this. Break up the egg a little bit. And like I said, we're just gonna start breaking this up and getting it in there. I like to use my hands because I figure it's just easier to kind of get in there and get things going. All right. Oh, these are gonna be so yummy. So I like to just kind of get all within there mixed. You want to make sure we get some of that flour, or that almond flour that's in there. Get all of that mixed in as well. So for those of you, hola mi cha-cha. So like I said, what we're making tonight is we're making Asian beef meatballs. And we're going to do it with some broccoli as well. All right. And what I like to do with this here, and this is the reason why we're kind of doing this right now, I'm going to let this sit for a minute, and then we're going to cut up some of our broccoli. That's the reason why I didn't really want to prep too much tonight, just because when you put your almond flour in here and you use your almond flour as this, you kind of want it to, you know, rehydrate. So we're going to give it a minute for it to rehydrate. I think we're kind of done. We don't want to mix it too much. I think we're done with this. So let me wash my hands real quick and we'll start doing our broccoli. Then we can kind of get that going. Okay, and we also want to preheat our oven. So I just turned our oven on. We want to preheat our oven to 400. Hi, Richard. Thank you so much for watching. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit here for a minute. And we're going to do our broccoli real quick. All right, so come on over here with me. We're going to go get a new cute little scenery here. All right. So all I did is I have a pan that I had already filled up with some water, and I put, whoops, as I splashed it everywhere, I put one of these things in it because we're just kind of steam it. So we're gonna put that in there. Right, and then we're just going to kind of get you guys over here this way so you can see a little bit. Get our water going, and it's gonna be a really quick chop because we're gonna kind of leave these chunkies a little bit. I like to go in when I do my my broccoli. Let me turn that down a little bit. What I do with my broccoli is I just kind of go in around the tops, just turn it upside down. I'm gonna wash it first though, because that's kind of like what I like to do first. So I wash it and then just let it sit, hang down, and then it's kind of draining some of those water. That's what I like to do. So then again, I'm just gonna go in, and since I have my bowl right here, I'm just gonna plop them in. And you just kind of get them. Now we can go through if you want them a little bit smaller, which I'll probably do. Go through, make them in a little bit smaller bites. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the stove, and we are going to just let them cook until they're, you know, when you put your fork in it and it's done, nice and tender. And then when our meatballs are cooking, we're going to make a yummy sauce for this. All right, we're just doing one head because that should be enough. For me, that looks like there's enough. All right, so let me just kind of show you what I got going on here. So in our little pan, we've got like our water, we've got all of this in here. Like I said, we can break them up. All I'm gonna do is you can take this, whoops, sorry you guys are a little crooked there. So all I'm gonna do is take it, break it up a bit, so they're just not like huge. You can leave some of them huge, but to me, I kind of like it, just, you know, some of them in there, kind of broken up a bit, not too big. And all you have to do is just pull it apart. See, nothing too fancy. Like these big, huge ones, yeah, we don't want them that big. I mean, you can if you want, but I say break them up a bit. Okay, just one more here. All right, and then let me move my pan out of the way because we're going to use this here in a minute. I'm going to put our pan on the stove and just let it start cooking. Make sure to turn on the right one. a lid on that, and then we're gonna get on to our other stuff. We're gonna make our meatballs real quick. All right. Put you guys over here. And we are going to borrow this bowl. All right, we are going to make our meatballs. So I'm just gonna get a bowl of water, and what we're gonna do is, and the reason why I have that is when we make our meatballs, it makes it easier. So what you wanna do is when you get your hands a little wet the insides of it a little bit, and then your meatballs aren't gonna stick to your hand. So what I wanna do is I'm gonna use our little cookie cutter or ice cream, whatever you guys wanna call it. And we're gonna roll them up. We're gonna make little balls out of them. And then we're gonna just put them on our cookie sheet. And then we're gonna pop in the oven here in a little bit. And just spread them out, you know, good enough so that they're not too close to each other. Okay. So how are your guys' week going? Hi, Carl. I usually kind of get some of the meatballs a little wet too. Oh, this boy of mine. He's so funny. All day today he's been a little needy. Okay. I should just take a few minutes with these. Now, for the hamburger meat, like I said, you can kind of use whatever you want. I did use, it says 2 pounds. I ended up using just 1 pound of it because I didn't really need that much of them. I probably will take some of these and probably freeze them as well, which these would be really good to freeze. All right, hold on. You guys know what time it is. My boy's whining. He's saying, let me out. Well, I'm in the middle of getting my hands all dirty. Oh, nice. Now, do you have today on, oh, nice. So you got tomorrow off too. So did you switch days off again, or you just happen to have the days off? So Carl said he was off today. Kind of wish I had today off. Sometimes I wish I had every day off. But, all right. And they don't have to be perfect little meatballs, which is fine. I mean, I like imperfection meatballs. I think they're fun. And see, like I said, like when you're rolling this here in your hands, you put a little bit of water in them. And see how nice it just makes it, and it doesn't stick to your hands. I really like that. It's a little tip I learned. Because I used to make meatballs all the time, or well, not all the time, but like if I did, or if I was making them, like your hands get all gooey, and I'm like, ah. And then somebody had told me about this, and I'm like, oh, I kind of like it. I kind of pat it on the meatballs instead of my hands because it's easier. Oh, nice. Does it make it hard though when it's like if it's not set hours or set times off, that if you wanted to go plan and do something? Or are you okay with that? So Carl was saying that they're not set days off. I guess every week is different. Okay, you guys, I can't wait until we get this sauce going. I can't wait even to try these. I'm really excited. This is something different. I've been trying to get out of my zone of doing the same thing all the time because I'm like, if it was me, I'd be a creature of habit and eating the same stuff all the time and just be bored. So to be honest with you, with creating this cooking show, it's really gotten me kind of out of my box of doing the normal foods and all that kind of stuff, and I really like it. Bringing something to you guys that I can do that can be healthier and experimenting. And I mean, I've always experimented with food, but I mean, like this is really, I really don't do, like I would never do Asian. So I kind of really like that it's kind of getting me out of my comfort zone. So, and I hope you guys like these videos too. I mean, you know, I hope you guys are learning something as much as I am, and learning that it's easy to make something and it's not as hard as we think that it is. Today I made, I was experimenting. At my lunchtime, I made some puff pastry. Oh, thank you. So I was making a puff pastry today, and I watched a video of it, and I have to tell you, like, you know, I've said it before, baking has never been my thing. I just didn't do a lot of baking. And like, if we did like cake stuff, it was never from scratch. That was the only thing that was probably from a cake box. So yeah, but the frosting and stuff like that was always homemade. So, that stuff, like our whipping cream and stuff like that, was homemade. I think, just like I said, the cake itself, that wasn't. So, all right, these are ready. Our oven just went off. It says it's time to put them in. We're gonna put these in the oven for 30 to 36 minutes. All right, we've got our timer going. Oh my goodness. Oh, 30 minutes. Okay. So, like I said, today I, you know, was experimenting a little bit, and I made some puff pastries. And of course, I just used whipping cream. Like they were saying, what the filling is, it's just basically whipped cream with some vanilla. I mean, it's basically just whipped cream. So I thought, I'm like, oh, that's easy. You can always fill it and put like strawberries in it, or raspberries, or blueberries, or whatever. So I tried one today. Whew, those are dangerous. I think because I only feel like one of them to try, and yeah, it got my heart racing. Because I used regular sugar. I didn't use, you know, the other sugar. I'm gonna save them for this weekend for Super Bowl. I'm gonna go meet some friends and do that. And I think that Saturday, because I'm trying to figure out what to cook for Saturday. I didn't realize that Super Bowl was this weekend until a friend of mine reached out to me. I thought it was next weekend. So, all right, we are gonna get going on our sauce. Okay, so we're just gonna put the pan here, and we're kind of go through and do what we need. Okay. All right, so we're gonna need 2/3 cup of amino acids. So I usually do the coconut aminos. They were out, so this time I'm just using just regular aminos. This is a substitute for regular soy sauce. I kind of like it because I really like the coconut aminos better, but even when I went back to the store during this week to do some of my grocery shopping, they were still out. So I just ended up picking this up at another grocery store. Okay, so there's 2 of those. And then what else do we need? We need a 1/4 cup of balsamic. So on this one here, they're saying that if we use balsamic, if we use like a thinner balsamic, like this is kind of a thinner one, we can actually use some arrowroot and some water. So I kind of have a little slurry going on over here. Let me just kind of show you. So all I did is I took some water and I put some arrowroot and I put it in here. Ooh, maybe I should have waited. But anyways, it's kind of getting thick on the bottom, so we'll just kind of give it a little bit of stir. So when we kind of get ready for this point, if we want it thicker and we want our sauce thicker, we can definitely put this in there, which I will probably do because I kind of like this sauce stuff. I like a little bit thicker. All right, we'll just set that there. All right, so I just added the balsamic vinegar. And then it says 2 tablespoons our sesame oil. We're just gonna measure this out a little bit. Okay. That looks like about the right amount. And then let's see. This is where we needed to do our garlic. So we'll do some Dijon mustard. Ooh. I mean, anything that has like Dijon mustard, I'm pretty excited. Get 2 of those, and then I'm gonna kind of mix that up a little bit. We're gonna use this as our little spoon here. All right. Put that aside, and then let's see. So we're gonna do more of our ginger. All right. Now, again, I'm so super excited because I love ginger. Now, I may not do a lot of ginger in a lot of my recipes. That's why I'm really enjoying this, because it's really getting me out of my comfort zone and using things that I normally wouldn't use. Matter of fact, the other day when I went to the store, I was trying to find these pizza crusts. And like, there's this guy that I love to follow, and he does a lot of the paleo, gluten-free, Whole30, and like, you know, keto, I mean, all that kind of stuff. And he really goes through and he tells you, you know, what are good things to buy, like what kind of oils, what kind of things to look out for that have a lot of MSG and all that kind of stuff. He's like one of my favorite people that I love to follow. He's on Facebook and he's on Instagram. And his name is Bobby, but his page is Flav City. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. He's pretty awesome. Get all of these goodies in here. I should have saved that little spatula. It's okay. We're going to use this to get some of those goodies out of here. Okay. And then what else? So it says if you want to have it a little bit spicy, which I can't really do spicy, you can add some red pepper flakes. Let's see, and then that's it. Okay. So for right now, that's it. We're not going to add the slurry yet, just because, like I said, they said if you want it thicker, we can do it thicker. All right. Let's see what this says. Oh, we got to add our garlic. Hold on. Hold that thought. Let's get this pan out of the way real quick. And I'm debating if I want to do like a lot of garlic, because you know I love my garlic. Maybe we'll do like 2 big things of garlic. Oh, there's my boy wanting back in. So over the weekend, when him and I went for a walk, and later on that night, I noticed he was limping, and I was kind of worried, because his birthday is actually this month. He's going to be 4, so I was kind of worried. I'm like, because even sometimes, like when he gets up, he doesn't. Oh, that scared me. Okay, so my dog just barked, and then the lid that was on the broccoli went. Scared the living daylights out of me. I'm like, oh my God, somebody's banging on my door. Okay. So anyways, yeah, he was kind of limping a little bit, so I made an appointment to go see the doctor, take him in for his checkups, and to make sure that he doesn't have any bad hips. So I was reading online, I guess they can be at any age and have bad hips. So I'm hoping that's not the case for him. He's still too young, but he's out there running around and barking. Let's go grab him real quick. Hey, come on. No, come on. No, he decided he didn't want to come in, so he was clawing at the door. All right. All right, let's get some of this garlic going, and then we can get our sauce going. And then we'll check on our broccoli as well. Oh, you know what it is, what he's barking at? there's a guy in our neighborhood that drives around and he booms his music, so he always barks at him. So I hear him, he's driving by. Oh my God, he was cracking me up this morning. I was, who was it? I think it was Tim McGraw that was playing on my Pandora. And it was a really good song, and he started howling a little bit. I'm like, okay, I guess that's how we feel about Tim McGraw this morning. Okay, so I am mincing these up a little bit, but I want them a little bit bigger. Just because like I said, I kind of like seeing this when you're making this kind of sauce, when I've seen them in the stores, or I should say at the restaurants. I always see like the nice big chunks of garlic, and I like that. So we're just gonna leave those a little bit big. Okay. Chop these up just a little bit. Okay. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just kind of putting it in my pan. So I'm going to show you guys in a minute what it looks like. Then we're going to stick it on the oven so it can start doing what it needs to do. All right. So if you guys are just joining what we're making, we are making Asian meatballs with some broccoli. So right now, this is my sauce that we're going to be making. Can you guys see it? All that little goodness in there. All right. We're going to stick this on the stove. Okay, so we're gonna stick this on the stove. I'm gonna see if I can kind of get you guys over here so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so we're gonna put this on the stove. We're gonna turn this on to like, a medium size. And then I'm gonna take my whisk and I'm just gonna whisk it up a little bit. Kind of help break up some of that Dijon mustard in there. Get all those flavors mixed in, dancing together. Mingling. Call this our sexy sauce. Right. Now let's check our broccoli. I always have to wash my hands when I do garlic because I feel like they're always sticky after a while. All of these are way done. So let's turn these babies off. And we're going to dump the water out of them. And then we're just going to let them chill for a minute. Alright. These babies are done. So our broccoli is done. So let me kind of show you how I determined that they are done. So I probably did them a little bit too long. But see how you just kind of poke it through? And it's like... Oops, sorry, I keep moving the thing. You just kind of poke it through, and it's really simple. Those are done. That's how you want them. Okay. So, yes, those are done. Okay. Now, basically, it's time to wait. It's time to wait for our meatballs and our sauce. So, we're going to move some of this stuff out of the way. So... we can actually sit and chit-chat because I think the last few times that I've made these, the meals that I've had were so fast. I mean, they were like, boom, we were done. We made it, and they were like the very fast. Like, this is the first time that's actually taking some time for it to cook. So, oh, you know what we can do? Let's bring that back over here. Hold on. We gotta chop up some of our little green onions because it's going to be our garnish. Alright, so I just rinsed that off to get some of that garlic goodness off of there. Oh my goodness, this boy. Alright, come on, let's go. You're done. Get over here. Quit barking at the cars. This boy, he's so silly. Good boy, you ate all your dinner. All right. So we're going to take, now this is garnish. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I like it because it's gonna add some color to it. So all I'm gonna do is cut off the ends on this side. And usually what I like to do, it's kind of becoming my garbage bowl here. I don't want to lose my onions. And actually, or not my onions, my garlic. Okay. So what I like to do is, if it needs to, I will peel off like one of the outer skins, but these are like really, really fresh. So I'm just gonna rinse it off real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this one, I'm going to cut it at kind of like a diagonal. Just something like this here. Kind of to give it a real pretty, and we're gonna kind of do them a little bit bigger. You can do them a little bit thinner. You can kind of cut them however you want, but it's gonna give it a pretty little look to them. Like I said, this is gonna be our garnish. This is gonna be our garnish, and so is our sesame seeds. So, ooh, it's gonna be a pretty plate. There we go. All right. And you can do more than this if you want. Like I said, I'm just doing just a little bit for tonight. Let's see, we've got 15 minutes, you guys. Can't wait. I'm really looking forward to this. I was trying to think, you know, other things to make, and I'm trying to think of for this Saturday, you know, is there anything you guys want me to cook that's kind of like for Super Bowl, or, because I am going to a friend's house. I mean, I do have some of those little pizza things out there, but I thought if I make that on Saturday night, it wouldn't be as fun and fresh as Sunday. So yeah, I'm sitting there trying to think of, oh, let's check our sauce. I hear our sauce kind of, ooh. Let me show you. Oh, look at that. Whoops, look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Oh. Oh my goodness. I really can't wait to try that. I am gonna actually try it now. Let's see. Just because I am kind of curious to see what it tastes like. So I am gonna turn this down. Actually, I'm probably gonna turn it off. You can really taste all the goodies in that one. I'm trying to think. I didn't even make it in my mouth. I like totally like inhaled some smoke. I'm trying to think if it needs something like. You can taste the balsamic. You can taste the aminos. I wonder if I want to do a little bit more of the sesame oil. Let's put a little bit more in that in there. And see, this is the thing that I love about cooking, is when you taste things, you kind of think, I'm like, it needs a little bit of something different. That's the nice thing. You can like, okay, let me see if I can add a little bit more. I mean, personally for me, like I said, I like the coconut aminos. I think they have such a great flavor to them. I mean, these are good too, you know, the amino acids, but it really, really reminds me of, like, if you want really that traditional soy taste, then yeah, the amino acids are perfect. But I kind of like the coconut aminos better. I like that one. I like the, yeah, I definitely like that better. Yep. So I added just a little bit more of the sesame oil, because I think it felt like there was a little bit too much of the the soy sauce, the amino acids. All right, we're gonna let those chill just for a minute. We've got like a few minutes left. Do you guys want to see the puff pastries I made? Because I can show you, since we're kind of waiting. All right, so like I said earlier today, I was kind of bored. Well, I was experimenting. Not necessarily bored. This is what I did on my lunchtime. So I made some puff pastries. Find you a cute one. Look how cute those little guys are. Aren't they just cute? And look, if we cut it in half, well, they've been sitting in the bag, so they're not as hard. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know, I kind of liked it. I thought it was, it would be fun to do like a nice little fun color. All right, look. They're empty on the inside. So like I said, this is my first time ever making these. Not much of a baker, but oh my God, I thought how fun it would be to make them. So look, I have a whole bag full of them. That's for Super Bowl this weekend. I do recommend if you are gonna make them, then probably make them the day or whatever, so they can stay a little bit crustier. And then, this is just the homemade whipped cream that I made. You just put it in a little bag, and then look. Fill it with the goodness in there. Like I said, I'm kind of making this and saving this for this weekend. Just experimenting. Look, you just put these, you can put like a strawberry or raspberries or blueberries. Hi, Erin. And then look, and then you just put that on top of it. And then, ooh, you have a little thing of yumminess. Now, I am not eating that. Because, yeah, no way. I'd be in trouble. Okay, so we're gonna put this aside somewhere. Let me grab a bowl. Hold on. But I really wanted to show you guys on how cute they turned out. I mean, they are just absolutely adorable. I mean, I think if I were gonna do this again, when I do the frosting, I'll probably take the, not frosting, it's whipped cream. If I take the whipped cream, I'll probably put it back into a bowl and whip it up again. Because that's really good. So tonight, we are cooking Asian meatballs. So we're waiting for the Asian meatballs to cook, and I was just kind of showing some people some of the stuff that I did today. And we've got about 9 minutes left. Matter of fact, let's check on them real quick. Let's see how they're doing. So we have some broccoli that we cooked, which is done. We have our sauce, which is done too. Matter of fact, we're gonna have to add our little slurry stuff. So, and those are the meatballs. Woo! Facial. Let it focus, come in, come in. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. They look delicious. Okay, let's shut the door. All right, so that is what we got coming on here. So for the sauce, it is a little bit runnier than I want it to do. So again, we have our little slurry that's in here. Again, this is our arrowroot and water. We just kind of make this up a little bit more. Because when it sits there, it gets really thick. So again, this is our little arrowroot. So I'm gonna add this to, I'm gonna add this to our sauce, and we're gonna have it thicken up. We're gonna put it back on the heat. Sorry, I'm getting the hiccups here. We're gonna add that in there, stir it up a bit. Kind of show you what I'm doing here. Oh, thank you. So, ooh, it is. So it's starting to get nice and thick. So you kind of saw how a little bit thin it was. So look at this. I'm going to show you. Okay. So if you look at it, let me just turn. Do we have a light? We don't have a light. Do we? No, we don't. All right. So if you kind of look, and kind of get out of the shadows here. So if you look, see how nice and thick it's getting? So that sauce, by adding in the arrowroot and the water, becomes our little thickening agent. So I did turn the stove back on. We just kind of put it on low just so it can kind of get that thickness and start that building that thickness back up. So yeah, it should be yummy. I can't wait to try that afterwards too. So again, for our toppings, we have our onions that we have chopped up. They're the green onions. And then we have two different kinds. I have the white sesame and I have black sesame. Black is kind of my favorite, but we do have the white ones, and we're gonna put that on top of our meatballs. Okay. Kind of move some of that stuff out of the way. But yeah, I'm really excited. But yeah, I might kind of look online and see, like after tonight, after we're done doing this. Yes, masa is a really good thickener. So the reason why I'm using the arrowroot is because this recipe is paleo, whole 30, and keto. So for the flour that we used for it, for the meatballs, it was almond flour. So I was trying to keep it along those lines because I kind of keep it along those lines for myself. I mean, obviously making these are definitely not keto. But again, like I said, I was experimenting because I know you guys always ask for different things to do. And like I said, I've always wanted to try and do these. Baking is not my 100% thing that I normally do. So yeah, we're just playing with those. Like I said, we'll do it for this weekend. But yeah, I'm like super excited. So Erin, is there anything that you like to cook, or would you like me to see cook? I mean, you can always come back and watch the videos and stuff like that. I do try and do, like I said, a lot of the keto and a lot of other things. I try and keep it really healthy as much as possible, and I really try and keep a lot of my stuff like without the processed kind of foods. I don't really do a lot of processed foods. But yeah. All right, we've got about 4 more minutes, and it seems like it's taking forever for that 4 minutes. I can't wait to see how these turn out. Let's grab a bowl so we can put all of this stuff. We'll start putting like maybe our broccoli in the bowl, or what bowl do we want to use? Let's use this one. I'm into using all of my small little cute bowls. I don't know why. All right, let's go over here. Let's grab some broccoli and put some broccoli in here. Okay. We're just gonna grab some of our broccoli, put it in here. And you know, if you guys wanted to too as well, if you guys are like trying to keep it keto and healthy and all that kind of stuff, what you can also do is, maybe if you wanted to do some rice with it, is maybe do some cauliflower rice or even some quinoa. That would be yummy. Yeah, most of the recipes I've been trying to do, I've been trying to keep them really simple. There's a few things that I kind of join with some friends on Facebook, and they do like there's this thing called Easy Recipes for Easy Moms. So it's like basically moms, you know, that work and they just kind of want like simple recipes. So I try and, you know, keep something simple and think of that. I'm like, we all still work, and you know, we still have to cook and all that kind of stuff, and clean house and manage kids and whatever else. So I thought, you know, why not just make stuff that's simple, that's yummy? And like I said, the only thing that's taking a long time on this one tonight is basically just cooking our meatballs. And we've got 2 minutes left. Oh, yes. I mean, we probably could get away. Nah, we'll do it. We'll keep them in there. We can probably get away with taking them out now if we wanted to. So we'll keep it in there. We'll keep it in there for good measure. All right, so we have our broccoli, and like I said, you can always do some rice on the bottom of it, or you can do some quinoa or some cauliflower. Yes, it is an induction oven. So this isn't my house, it's my roommate's, it's her house, and she went out and she got a new stove, and she got a induction oven, which I absolutely love. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the flat top because I've cooked on flat tops before, but this one here is amazing. Matter of fact, I have to watch my stuff because there's a couple times I've almost burnt stuff. Same thing with the oven. Like the oven I've had to learn, I think, was it a couple weeks ago when I was doing one of the shows, I like caught some of the paper on fire. Yeah. Well, it wasn't on fire, but it just like, it burnt really good. So, and then took my pan, and but yeah, it was quite hilarious. Learned a few things with, you know, brand new oven. So, but yeah, let's see what else. I was trying to think of like other things that we can do. I have like a whole book of stuff that I wrote down. So what I do is I write all these recipes. Well, I have it right here in front of me. I don't know why I keep looking over there. I have a couple things written down. Let's see. So we did the poke bowls. Oh, so I was on the whole thing of the whatchamacallit, the daikon, like it's like potato chips, and because I still have some daikon in there. I have gluten-free. I guess I pretty much made everything that I've written down on here. Ooh, they have a keto biscotti. That's what I wrote down that I wanted to try. That would be fun to do too. It's some keto biscottis. Anything else I wrote down? But they're all on my phone. So I've kind of been going on Pinterest. So what I usually like to do is I'll go on Pinterest and I'll find like healthy ways to do things. And I mean, this is just like how I cook. I'll find a recipe and I'll read their ingredients on something that I want to make or something that, you know, sounds good. Oh, you guys, it's done. Oh, did you hear that? Oh. So anyways, I will go through and I'll Pinterest. Ooh, look at that goodiness coming out. Oh. Yes. All right, let's turn that off. We're gonna let them rest for a minute and I'll finish telling you my story. All right, so anyways, I will go to Pinterest and I'll go through and get a couple different recipes of, like for anything that I wanna cook. I didn't do this one. I kind of found the one that I like the most with the ingredients that I like. Now, usually when I do something like this and it's something new, I will follow the directions on how they ask or what they say to use for the ingredients. And then if there's something else that I want to do, like this one here, I followed it pretty much to what it was asking for. But I ended up, like I said, adding a little bit more sesame seed oil. But normally I will follow what they have and then I'll change it. Or if there's something that I will see, I'll go in and get a couple different recipes and then kind of pull whatever sounds better and it sounds like it's gonna have a little more flavor and kind of combine the things together. But that's just me, that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do when I cook. Baking is a different story. All right, we're gonna take some of these and plate them on our cute little bowls. All right. I'm going to show you one of these little babies. Oh my goodness. Look how cute. Isn't that just cute? Cute little meatball. All right, we're going to take a couple of these and just put them on here. Oh. Little piece of broccoli here. Oh my goodness, you guys, this looks amazing. So far, this is what we've got. And we're gonna add some of our sauce. Now this is our sauce that we got. You guys can kind of see it. Put that aside. Grab our little spoon, put that over it. Kind of show you what I'm doing here. Kind of notice you guys can't see. You guys see it? All right, let me show you. Look at all of this goodiness. Just drizzle that baby on there. And look, you can kind of see the little chunks of garlic that's in there. Oh, but you that's gonna be delicious. All right. Now let's bring this baby over to the other side and put some garnishes on there. All right. All right, we're gonna take some of our little green onions, place it on here, get some of these white ones in there. So it gives it some more color. And you know what? I think we're going to use our white sesames. Maybe if I can get it open. See if I even opened it. I'm not even sure if I even opened it all the way yet. No, I didn't. Oh, nice and fresh. Nice and fresh, you guys. All right. Oops, a little bit more than I wanted, but that's okay. Oh, yes. We don't need as much as I took out. But look at this, you guys. Look how gorgeous that looks. Doesn't that look yummy? Oh, should we bite into it and see how yummy it is? I say yes. All right, let's try this. Let's break that meatball. We have a little bit of that onion. Let's get a little piece of this broccoli. You know, you have to try it all together. Hold on, I need this broccoli. Ah. All right, we're not succeeding with some of this broccoli here. Let me get it over here. There we go. That is delicious. Especially when you get like the little onion with it. You get this. You get one of those little fresh onions in there. You get some of this broccoli. Oh. That is good. That is absolutely delicious, you guys. You guys have to make this. It is so yummy. All right, you guys. Yes, as long as the plates do come back empty. I think they will. I don't think I have a problem with that. All right, you guys. Thank you for watching Cooking with Amy. We'll see you guys Saturday, and I will think of something wonderful, and I will put a post of what we're going to make when I decide what we're making Saturday. All right, you guys, have a great night. Have a great week, and we'll see you guys later. Again, thank you for watching Cooking with Amy. Good night, you guys.